Doctor. Few more questions from our readers. I would like to take it apart.
Yes.
I have a supportive family, and I have everything sorted for my child's development. But I see I also at one point of the time feel that my child is not eating, or the child has been talking to many people, so let me give him a little TV time when he's eating or a thing. Am I doing a right thing?
See, you have to understand that what is your purpose while eating. Don't give TV because you want them to learn about food. But what is in a social attachment is between two people. What parents feel that TV can substitute singing rhymes for them. They tell me, I have put the rhymes. It's putting the rhymes and coming from the TV or mobile is different from the mother singing it. I always tell you are the Lata Mangeshkar to your mother.
Okay.
Because the baby loves the mother's voice. It's not how you sing. It wants to listen to what you are saying. That is very, very important.
So I don't have to be a Lata Mangeshkar.
No,
So
you
how-
yeah. For
advice
that
is also-
could be one croaking that TV for the baby, that mobile. Because it's looking forward to you. The second most important thing is I want to tell you is what is important. What our parents are not doing is they're putting their ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4 rhymes,
Yeah, yes.
and they think the baby will learn before it goes to school. It will know all the thing.
And they're proud of it too, Doctor.
But understand that this is not developing intelligence in children. This is stupid academic activity. There's a difference between intelligence and academics.
But Doctor, that's the way my child is learning language.
No, the child cannot learn language from that because you need two to talk. There's a beautiful Hannah's book. It's called Two to Talk. I talk with another person. I don't talk to my mobile. I have to see your expression. See, it's communication. What is communication? Communication is how I interpret the way you're looking at me. Now, if I'm talking to you and you're fiddling with something, I'll say this person is not interested in what I'm saying. Or you're looking at your mobile while I'm talking to you. I'll say this person is not interested. How do you perceive? How does the child perceive that my mother is? When you're intently looking at the child, expectantly, then the baby says, oh, my mother is so interested in what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to say. That is important. It's social interaction. And there is something called convergent, cohesive convergent, that is this back and forth with the baby does, you call it peekaboo, or it's called serve and return in science. What you serve and return is the baby says, you say, oh na, this and you do, you do, and you say, that is the most important thing. This serve and return is best done in conversation. And that lays the foundation for your language. That lays the foundation for your intelligence and academics.
So you mean to say that?
Academics are useless. You need to be intelligent. There's a difference between the two.
So there's a difference between communication and language development.
So you need socio-emotional development and cognition, which is what is developing. And parents don't know these. I feel it's a knowledge gap. Every parent comes with a very good intention. They want the best for their child. I have yet to see a parent who doesn't know. But they don't know what to do or how to do. So our book was to facilitate this. Yes. That it may be very simple things, but it has got lot of meaning. Yes. Is what we wanted to address to the Indian parents. And by nature, we are very authoritarian.
Yeah, true.
We tell, do this, don't do this, come here, So that was worrying for us.
Okay. So you mean to say that I should not be authoritative? Like, for
No,
example, I see
authoritative
many
is fine.
parents.
Can't be authoritarian.
I can see. I usually see many parents. A small baby goes near a book or tries to play. parents suddenly says, hey, that's not the way you open. Wait, 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 I'll help you. The child would want to wear shoes. It usually I see them wearing ulta pulta. So parents jump in and say, hey, that's ulta pulta pulta. Come, let me help you. Yeah. May it be with respect to holding a cup to drink. That's not the way you hold. Please hold it in two hands or else it'll fall.
Horrible.
Are we missing something here?
Of course. How does your brain learn? Needs three factors. One is the experience.
Okay.
Experience of when I do it myself. If you make a fantastic dish, you're a wonderful cook, I'm so horrible. If I just look and say, oh, Manju's done this so well, I go home and replicate, I can't do it. I have to again come and say, again I'll ask you today, okay, what did you put in that paneer and how did you make that masala? I'll try and I'll say I would have over fried it. I'll keep on trying. I practice. Someday I might get it somewhere near you. So you need experience of doing it yourself. The brain and body has to connect. I may do it ulta fulta. I may think for a little while. Then the child might turn it and say, no, I can't put it. Then it'll turn this side and try. So that is getting experience and may get it by itself. Yes. Or you have to wait and watch and say, before the child gets frustrated, and maybe at that time you can come in and say, maybe I can give one shoe to you, put it right. Now instead of giving both the shoes, yes. If you give one and then she puts it right in the right leg. So that's correct. This goes into the right leg is another way of doing, of telling without the child is solving the problem, but as an adult, you're helping the child. That's it. So experience is which. Then you need practice. Why? Because you have to wire the brain. For the wiring of the brain, it's not just enough to expose. You have to practice, makes a person. So that is why when you practice, different parts of the brain are wiring together. We say wiring, but the brain, that's the cells which wire which wire, the axon which wire together, fire together. Then they become stronger. The third thing is affirmation. You have to constantly encourage the child to say, you're doing fine, you're trying, you'll get there. Exactly what I saw you doing with your daughter. Yes. Open the zip bag. She says, no, you try. She says, no, I can't do it. No, come on, you can. Just try a little bit, try. She opened it. So you have to be a very encouraging parent. Yeah. You see, so it's okay neurons that wire together, fry together, use it or lose it. These are all neuroscience jargons which we use for telling you all, allow the child to. Don't put the cue. You feel the child is struggling, make it little easier for them. One step you can. So, but still the child should try. So if this experience doesn't come, you're solving the problem. The child is not going to be a problem solver. Where is the cognition? Where is the intelligence?
The child will seek for
help all the time. I can't do it, mom. Come and help me. See, you lose motivation. Then, you can see these are the children. There are some children who will get 99. I lost half a mark. Why? Because they say, it's enough, I passed, yeah. We have only put those attitude also into our kids. Maybe if you look into the IQ, everything may be the same. That's how the house, the parents, and the atmosphere, the environment, the teacher make a difference in a child.
Okay, so I allow him to do now. I allow them to make a mistake now.
Yes.
I allow them to solve their problems.
Yeah.
Have all the implications at a later stage in school.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Allow them. Participate. We don't allow our children to eat by themselves. But you see, every time you eat, what are you learning? You're learning how to pick up the food. You're seeing the texture of the food. You're finding this is grainy, this is soft. I like this. You're only so much. Initially, the child will go hither, thither and everything.
Yes.
But ultimately, by practice, you eat. Yes. And now what? Another thing happens. When you practice and when there's all these things get automated. So we have two brains, I keep telling you all. Yes. The automated brain and the thinking brain. First, you have to think. And as you think and you get automated, you release space in the thinking brain to learn more things.
More things. True.
And this happening in the infant all the time. See, infant and young toddlers are learning from moment to moment.
Yes.
What is being child-centered is, if you've got a set of toys, for example, the child, say, picks up a rattle. Mm-hmm. There's a doll, there's a rattle. why is this child picking up the rattle? It should be, you should be answering. And not the car, because that's what, and you should try to do something with the rattle with the child. I give a car, take, push. It's your, you have. So being child centered,
Yes.
well, it needs patience, persistence,
Time.
consistency.
Consistency and time.
Consistency, persistence. This is what is lacking. Do it today, tomorrow. Who's going to spend time with this kid?
TVs are there, doctor.
TV is there, mobile is there.
My child is very quiet, doctor, with the TV there. I see many parents quoting that. Every day my child is very happy, very calm. 1 hour he sees TV.
Yeah.
And they come back to me saying that still my child is not talking, but he is very good in saying ABCD rhymes and all.
But what is communication or speaking for? To convey your thoughts, your desires, your expressions, your wants. You use language for that.
How
not
does
to
this
say
language
ABT
develop?
1, 2, 3.
Sorry to interrupt you. How do you think this language develops in a child? Is this not language that they are learning? They're learning English as a language.
That's not language.
ABCD.
What is the use of ABCD when that child doesn't know how to ask his mother what he wants? Your language is to express what's in your mind. ABCD is only a kind of academic. For him, that A or B doesn't make any sense to him. But it makes sense to say, Amma want milk. Go doggy, see. He's saying something. Puppy drinking milk is something more important than saying rhymes and ABCD. Or looking into something and asking you for help. Open. So he wants to know what's inside that. Curiosity. So language develops with social interaction. First thing which is necessary. And then you give a meaning to that object. So the child forms a small picture. So if you picks up a ball, you say ball. Now, consistently you're saying ball. A small little tiny picture of a ball is made in the child's mind. So after some time he'll say ba, or then he'll say ball. Then he learns, okay, anything which is round like this can be a ball. It can be a tennis ball, it can be a cricket ball, it can be a beach ball, it can be any ball. Then he learns that these are all balls. Then he uses different, okay, then he learns every ball has got different use.
Okay.
See, this way of learning is how we facilitate language.
Okay. So
By talking. Do you know? The science says you have to speak 21,000 words to a child every day.
21,000 words every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you speaking 21,000 words? It's not
I
difficult.
thought
Okay,
Actually, it's
it
not.
is not difficult. I've said so many within less than a quarter of a second.
True. That's true. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
I think it's
We're
just
not
the way
conscious.
We're not conscious.
Help the child, by consciously labeling, talking, giving action, keeping them with them, participating with them, allowing them to do, okay, that you will do it.
Allow them to fail. Allow them to redo. Allow them to consistently practice. Practice, and I'm sure, and the pride that they have when they do a particular work all by themselves, I think it's a million. You can't buy that pride.
Absolute
of
joy.
a child. It's a joy to watch them.
Another thing which we found very lacking in our society is we do not read to the children below 2 years.
When do
we
introduce
don't
books?
give books. Do you know the way to start reading is as soon as you take your baby home from the hospital.
So soon.
Yeah, you read anything you want. Read aloud. Read aloud to the child which can listen. You can read what you want also. You see, the sound perception. How does a language develop? You see, do you know, between 5 months to about 7 or 8 months, they are called universal language learners. You can teach, you can speak in French, German, Italian, Tamil, Kannada, Hindi. This child perceives these sounds, everyone.
Seriously?
But as early as 8 months, the child starts to speak the language of the sound which he hears frequently.
Okay.
Like the best language to speak to a child is your native language, what you speak
Is
at
it?
home. Because he constantly hears that sound. And how the brain picks up is the frequently heard sounds only. And that is how the language of the native language develops among all. You retain the ability of learning a second language well, if it's done below 4 to 5 years, you can still learn. But to learn a second language, it's very difficult as you grow older.
So
But
now,
after 7 or 8, it is really, really difficult to learn a second language as good as the native of that person is.
uh-huh.
You see, this is what is a language development. A lot of science is going on how. So, if you want your second language, your child, if you want them to learn English, it's good that we teach English, or you can keep saying the English words along with your native language.
From 4 to 5 months.
Ah,
Oh,
okay, so okay, you say kodu, give, and you can also add, so that constantly the child keeps hearing those words.
so that's why I see the current children in schooling having difficulty in learning a second and a third language. They're learning it as A, B, C, D, E, F, but they're not able to comprehend the
See,
same.
that's not the way a language is learnt.
Oh, so if I want whatever I want my child to take in school, second or a third language, I better
You can speak to it.
introduce
You can,
them
or you
right
speak
now.
among yourself also. So I have so many couple. I'm Bengali and she's a Tamilian. So we speak Bengali and Tamil, and as I speak Bengali, speak Tamil, add English also. The child will listen to it.
So it's not only as
It's
a
not the alphabet. Alphabets are sounds. They are not language. A, B, C, D are sounds. They are not language. See, we mistake. The parents have no clue. They think you need to learn A, B, C, D. No. You can learn to speak a language without knowing a script of that language. So many of them,
That's true.
isn't it? We speak a different, we are not necessary. So that's a wrong perception they have. But you must speak the language. The child must be sensitive to sound. It's good thing we start the second language in our 2 years and 3 years in our schools. It's one of the good
Yes.
things. I don't agree with many other things, but this is something which we are teaching English to a very young age. It's good, and sometimes I worry when the states and all say, don't teach this, have only native language till 6 years. It's not really correct. You can teach a second language.
you can teach a second language. I
or
think
any state language. Child will learn quite well.
my mother would always tell me, learn language. Whether you know anything or not, learn language. You can survive in any part of the world. I think that holds good with your talk now.
Yeah.
So learning a language is very important rather
Very,
than the literature behind it.
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, once you get interested,
Yeah,
and
that's-
read book. Today I want to convey to the parents is read to your children.
Read books.
Keep them. They say they put them on the app all the time.
yeah,
There's
most
a
of the
beautiful. I was reading something. There's some. I don't remember the wonderful person or scientist who said a lap is better than the app.
That's beautiful.
I
Lap
loved it. You forget many things, but you remember these. Lap is better than the app. So keep the baby on your lap and keep showing them pictures, books, and everything from a very young age, rather than putting a app of music, your rhymes or ABCD.
So whatever I do, I can do it together. Right? Even if I have to have some TV time, I rather sit with my child and pass a commentary and then watch.
That's
rather
a
than
little older.
allowing
But
the-
actually, till 2 years, you're not supposed to show any screen to the child.
Mm-hmm.
It's across the world. They've agreed that it ruins the social circuit, like language delay, because you need two to talk. We said no. So if you're not talking to your mobile or your TV. Because what do you have to say? They're not going to listen to you. It's not going to take your expression or your joy or unhappiness and give you back a feedback. So they said till 2 years there should be no screen time to the kid. This from universal.
So there's a lot of prerequisites and requisites as we help a child grow in its initial 1,000 years of life.
1,000 days of life.
1,000 days of life. Sorry. Doctor, during our journey of training or helping our children grow, most of the time, personally, I get to hear this because I usually set things right to my child. People consider me firm. I want her to do things right. I discipline her. I want things to be done in this way. This has to be kept here. That has to be done this way. Sometimes I doubt myself whether that sort of disciplining at a very early age necessary or not necessary. How do you?
Okay. What you have to understand is to discipline a child, you have to have discipline yourself. Set a routine. The child participates in activities. It's very nice to say, after play, put back your toys.
Can I make a child work?
Of course, you should. In fact, follow a routine. This is your playtime. This is even as early as, okay, oh, this is your bedtime. This is, where, and the child can do everything. It can help you in the kitchen. You can keep it, say, put this back and bring this or give. You should do it. It's bonding. It is very good to participate, and the child gets a great joy and a little appreciation. How nicely you put your toys back becomes a good feedback for the child. See, why not? We have written that let the child participate in all activities. For example, your training potty. We always say take the child and help the child to bring the pants down.
Yes.
Because we don't allow our children to do these things. Help the mother. We say put water for the plants in the garden. We have given all these activities only because the child enjoys and feels very useful, and you can say, oh my God, the plant is growing because you're as if you're participating in it. It's very, very important to do this. Disciplining is, but what our parents do, disciplining is hitting, beating and asking them to sit and read, or that is not recommended. Or do this, but allowing the child it's experience. I told experience practice is what we need for this.
There was an experience where my daughter, she's 2.5 years, she spilled water. I had given her a cup of water. She said she wanted to play with a certain toy. So I told, drink your water, then I'll get you the toy. Instead of drinking, she spilled it. So I did not raise my voice. I just took the tumbler and I just didn't say anything. She came to me and she asked me, what about my toys? I said, you spilt water. Now it's time to clean. So no toys for you. I heard comments from my in-laws saying that you're being very rude to the child. It's just water. You cannot punish a child at an early age.
It's not punishment. It's not punishment. You spilled water, it's fine. You've done it by mistake, but clean it up. For this thing. So it's perfectly fine to ask her to say you wanted water to drink. If it spilled by mistake, it's perfectly fine. You made a mistake. It's fine. You've spilled water. Let's clean it up.
Okay.
Let's go bring this thing. And that's all. It's fine to make her do that.
Okay.
You spilled it. It's okay to spill it. But you should clean it up. What's wrong in that?
That's no wrong, right? Because
not at all.
Most of the parents that I've seen don't
allow children thing to do because they'll spill it. I don't allow to eat because it's so messy, doctor. I said, how can you become perfect or messy? Can you draw a color without you want your child to learn coloring? It can make any mistakes and learn. It can go outside and all but when it comes to child's doing things, you should allow them to make them. It's okay. But how do we mend it or how do we correct it? Should be the attitude.
Doctor, as a parent, I have provided the best to my child. I have provided her an optimal environment. I am the best parent as far as I can.
Wow.
See, from all the discussions that we have had now, I really have to pat my back. But even after all these understanding the cues of the child, sometimes we see children getting cranky for no reason. How do we deal with those situations?
See, I think I told you that first is child is egocentric. He does not know what you want. It only knows what it wants at 2 years. I and I alone. And that they do not. And secondly, they have limited language or communication skills. They're not to express what is in their mind. So being egocentric, not knowing how to express what is in their mind, they have a behavior which can be crying, temper tantrums, throwing things, biting, hitting, whatever it is.
Yes.
It's the way of showing that I am distressed about something.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with the child. What we need to understand, we don't like that behavior, or it is not like it in the sense it's not even the correct behavior.
Okay.
So we want to correct it. What do we want? What do you have to do? Firstly, you have to connect with your child.
Okay.
Yes, you are feeling bad. You are upset about something. You're crying, but this is not the way to ask, connect with the child, and then say, what is this what you want, or give alternative. And so connect and then redirect the child the way you want to do it. So,
Okay.
but understand, this is because and behavior is the child has got something in his mind. It's
Okay.
stressed about and doesn't know how to do it. And I want it right now is their birthright. The child thinks no.
Yeah, correct. I
You
want
have to
it
wait
right
for
now.
it till it outgrows that egocentric, and when the language develops, then you'll deal with this problem in a different level, which we can talk. What happens to older kid? For the time being,
With
you
young
have to understand this and deal with it that way. Connect and then redirect. What is connecting with the same way? Okay, baby, you're upset. You're wanting something. You're angry. Wait, Amma will hold it and then wait for it. Then redirect. You can do this. Whatever.
So wait for them to calm down first.
Yeah. Yes.
Stay
Yeah.
with them
Yeah.
in their
Of
tantrum.
course.
And
And
once
then
they
yeah.
settle down,
Then
then go
redirect
ahead with
them,
the
yes, and tell them that
redirection.
you can have this, you can ask nicely also. You can then teach them. At the height of temper tantrums, you can't teach anything.
So
But in a good way, when the child is, you can say, how do you ask?
now, doctor, enlighten me more on what is the self-regulation.
See, self regulation means emotional regulation. How do I hold my emotions? How do I, control it? And I am angry, but I don't want to show it to you. I mean, it's even with adults. We choose a place, and so this is called emotional regulation. How do you regulate the emotion? Is first of all a secured attachment child. You can talk to the child. You can give them, like how you handle a temper tantrum. Over a period of time, you make the child realize that it's your. See, every behavior. Emotion, which is a word in the brain, has the body to show it. So we teach them, you're upset, you're angry, your heart is beating fast, your anxiety, you got, your muscles are strength, whatever. And now wait, relax. We teach them to first hold it, connect with them, relax. Then let them think. And then when you buy this time, it takes very quick to kind of
How soon can I start?
it doesn't take more than few minutes for the child to settle down.
Yeah, that's true.
Then-
But
and
how
then-
soon do I start it?
Oh, you can start it at 1.5 years. You can start,
One
like
and
I
a
just
half
now
years.
told you, with temper tantrums at 2 years, you hold it. You first, at that time, you redirect the child.
Okay,
As a
redirect the
child
child.
develops language, you talk to them.
Yeah.
But understand one thing, your way of handling is more important. More than the child, it's the parent who are yelling and screaming, stop that nonsense. What's there to cry about? You can't do that.
Yes.
Give that back to the child. It's not. This is no way of handling. You're going to get any emotional regulation or say. You have to be regulated first. As a co-regulator, you can't be reactive parent.
Okay.
That's the problem. Our parents do it in a way which is not correct. They have to first learn to be a good regulator.
They need to self-regulate themselves first
Absolutely.
in order to help their
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. Doctor, few more questions from our readers. Um, one of the exciting one is, Doctor, I've heard about spare the rod and spoil the child. Which was the rule followed when I was young, but my children, the so-called Gen Z children, are against it. What do I follow?
You would be a toxic parents. Spare the royal child. No, the current neuroscience and it's like I said, everything is timed, biological. It all we have to understand, and you can't. Punishment does not solve the problem for the child. So when you're hitting a child for what it's doing wrong, how are you telling the child what's the right thing to do?
Correct.
You're punishing the child, you're hitting the child, you're so reactive, deregulated, and you're telling the child, don't hit and don't do this. Where is the role model? Where is the connection? Where is telling them that, why are you hitting? unless you tell them what's the right thing. This is no way of handling. We didn't know, but I mean, the olden days. I also had another parent who came to me with the small baby. They said in my house, my mother, whoever, mother or mother-in-law, I don't remember, let the baby cry. Don't pick it up. You'll spoil it by. We say the other way around. We are saying soothe the child. Give milk only when the child comes. It's not 3 hours as yet. We are saying it's the other way around, because we have a lot more knowledge now, and we should use. That's the advancement. And I turned back and told them, in your mother-in-law's time there was mobile to watch, there was TV, they had I said, no, then why are they using it now? You can't use those time tested. There are many things you can say, yes, by evolution we are socially connected, use those. But you can't use, we know much more. So you should change with the times. You have to live in your current time. You can't go, don't go to the past. And future we don't know. Maybe something else will happen.
Something else will happen. So we always have to, as
Be in
parents,
the present.
be in the
Be in
present.
the present. Be mindful. Do what is required now is the mantra.
And we need to upgrade ourselves too.
Yeah.
Depending, along with the Gen Z creation.
Of course. Of course. What?
Good. Doctor, now that we know that the development is very important, the first 1,000 days of a child is very important and very crucial. Even if we are providing the best of the support to the child, and I know that my child is learning the right way, do I still have to look into the milestones chart? Because your book gives a lovely milestones, by the way. Do I still have to look into it?
I
Is it
think so.
necessary?
You can see if your child is growing well. Follow the milestone. See, the milestones unfolds the brain at different ages. Different things comes to the child. What you see a milestones at 4 months is not what you'll see at 1 year. Is not what you see at 2 years. So if you checked if your baby is all right at 1 year, what's the harm in checking? You can have problems at 1.5 years.
True,
Now, for
true.
example, it's like this. The first few months we said sensory skills are coming in. The child motor development occurs in the first year. Sitting, turning happens very fast. Then from 1.5 to 3 years is all about language development. Like 2.5 to 5 years, all about intelligence, cognition. I mean, generally. So that's why we send the child at different ages. So following up the milestones is very important in all the domains. Most parents, the problem with our parents is they do physical milestones and they think
Yeah.
everything. But what is important is social communication and cognition. That is intelligence. This must be followed because this is what is required for learning. And the earlier if you find some flaws and you detect them early, like I told you, the neuroplastic brain, you have the opportunity to maximize the potential of the child. See, I know you can pick up autism, for example, 6 to 9 months.
Yes.
People come to us only 2.5, 3 years.
3 years of age.
Because, of course, they don't want to accept and but we followed the milestones, you know something is wrong, talk to your doctor, is this all right, can I wait, or what do I have to do next? But you have so much of opportunity to maximize the potential of the child. That's why milestones are so crucial to follow.
Yes, milestones are very crucial because, as you said, most of the parents only look at the physical development.
Yeah.
And child is running, playing, everything is fine. But nobody looks at the language development.
These are
or
called
the
hidden milestones.
there are many hidden milestones that, as parents, we really have to have watch out.
Especially social skills.
Yes, social
And I can tell you the most important skill they're talking around the world now is social connectedness, social skills.
Social
If you have good social emotional skills, you can do much better off, even if you're cognitively not so good.
True. That's true. Even if I'm an average student, if I have a better communicational skills,
They
I
do
think I
much
can
better.
survive.
Yeah,
That's true.
much better.
They can do much better. Doctor, thank you so much for your time today. And it was lovely talking to you about the wonderful book. As I told you earlier, I can say that this book will be as a very useful component for all the parents to be parents. It has such lovely illustrations, more than the lovely illustrations, the knowledge that it imparts to us to be as parents. And more than anything else, it says how culturally we are strong. India is a versatile country with so much of strong backgrounds culturally, and every single illustration over here took me back to my grandmom's times. It may it be the lullabies, may it be the may it be the gunguru, may it be the family chat time, may it be the number of rhymes that you have put it across over here from different languages, and the time that the parents can spend at each and every. It's 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 bliss to have this in my hand, and I heartfully congratulate you for bringing out this lovely book. And I really, from the deepest of my heart, from all the parents and from all the readers out over here, I thank you for helping us in beautifully parenting our children, and not to forget the 1,000 days of my child.
Thank
Thank
you
you, Doctor.
so much for your appreciation. And we enjoyed, Dr. Shravanti and I, as much. We really enjoyed doing this for the parents, and I hope it's going to be useful. And the book is also available in Amazon, by the way, if anyone is interested in buying it. And thank you very much for your questions, and I hope I could answer them satisfactorily.
Yes, doctor, sure. So now, dear parents, it's your time. Early years, the greatest gains are here. It's available on Amazon. So interested can ping us, or you can directly go to Amazon and type this out and enjoy parenting. As you have heard Dr. Nandini say, parenting will start from the time of conception. So think wise, think twice before you want to become a parent. Avail all the facilities that you need to have to parent a child, and then go for a child. And after you have a child, rest well, follow all the traditions and the customs that your mummy says. If mummy is not there, go with anybody, any near and dear ones. Somebody will come to support you, that's for sure. Whether you're a biological parent or you're an adoptive parent, the first few days are very important. The 1,000 days that you spend with your child at whatever age they come to you, utilize them to the most. Enjoy every single day with your child and have a blessed parenthood. Thank you.